Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. Today, I thought it would be good fun to go through a subreddit called r/incel tears because it's fun to see incels cry, you know? Like, it's a good pastime. Watching incels cry, it's great. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna look at some incel tears. Now, if you know anything about this subreddit, you'll know that it's quite intense and there is a lot of like stuff in there. So this is just a note here that I have not put in any of the like triggering, awful, horrific stuff that they say because I didn't feel like reading that. I didn't really feel like having a PTSD episode today. So don't worry too much about that. I'm not going to be talking about anything like super triggering. This is just more of a lighthearted video. As lighthearted as a video about incels can be, you know? It's looking at them as though they're not real because acknowledging that they're real is terrifying, you know? That kind of vibe. The first post we have is an incel Twitter account tweeting, "Remember, the internet is forever," with a screenshot of a tweet that reads, "Me thinking too deeply about the term incel. Involuntary isn't accurate because being an unfuckable creep is absolutely a choice." Which, yeah. Very valid tweet. Yeah, absolutely. It is a choice that they are making to just be the absolute worst and to hate women and to dehumanize women and to just be creepy and gross and misogynistic and awful. That's a choice that they make. And I just really want to know why the incel tweeted it with "Remember, the internet is forever." Like, do you think she's gonna regret it? Like, why did you tweet this? I'm very confused by why this was tweeted by them. This does not work out in their favor because she is correct. Admitting to being an incel is not something to be proud of, but, you know, good for you. Here is actually a good example of how being an incel is even more of a choice. So incels like to say, sex with a woman is a biological necessity. So this cartoon is like a series of like progression. With on one side it is a girl showing an incel a woman and saying something about her, and then on the other side is his reaction to said woman. So I'll go through it just knowing that that's what this is. Sex with a woman is a biological necessity. Hey incel, look at this woman. She's a sex worker. It doesn't count. That would be invalid sex. So the statement changes. Non-paid sex with a woman is a biological necessity. What about this one? She's overweight. A land whale. That would be invalid sex. Okay, so the statement changes to non-paid sex with a skinny woman is a biological necessity. The next one is beautiful. She's 32. A post-wall old hag. That would be invalid sex. So then the statement changes yet again to non-paid sex with a skinny young woman is a biological necessity. This one's so cute. She had a boyfriend before. She's a used fleshlight. That would be invalid sex. Non-paid sex with a skinny young virgin woman is a biological necessity. How can something so specific be a biological necessity? Literally. Literally, just this. Everything about this. Yeah. Bro, I don't... It's so funny because they love to claim that sex is a biological necessity for men. Like, they need sex. However, they have such ridiculously unreal standards and then the worst personalities to accompany it. So obviously it's never going to fucking work out for you because you want like the most specific woman and also you're an asshole and you're going to abuse her. So like, it's not going to fucking work for you, dude. It's not going to work out. Sex isn't a biological necessity. Women don't owe you shit. Fix your personality. Is my cousin trying to fuck me? They're always looking at me, always talking to me, always asking me if I'm going to family events, always gives me massages, always invites me out to the bar. I thought maybe she's trying to set me up with one of her friends, but now I'm not so sure. And someone just replied with, "She's treating you like a family member, bro. What the fuck? Stop spending so much time on here." Yeah, dude, that's just how family members interact. Not every act of kindness has romantic or sexual intent, and it's very, very worrying that you think that just like kindness means attraction and wanting sex, because that just tells me that you are only ever kind if you want to get sex from someone, and that is not a good thing. Maybe just be kind in general. Relationships don't have to be romantic or sexual, especially with your cousin. She was just being nice. What are you supposed to say instead of females? Birds? Chicks? Hoes? How do you describe people with vaginas of the feminine species in a way less derogatory than female? Get over yourself. Ever heard the word woman? Yeah, bro, just say woman. If you're talking about women, just say woman. And then you always get the people being like, but you're not allowed to say woman anymore, which is like not even remotely true. This is something that people have just decided to make up out of nowhere. I don't know what part of the whole like trans women are women thing has made you think that you're not allowed to say women anymore, considering that's like a large part of the conversation we have in the first place. But you can't just say women. Not all women have vaginas, obviously, but like you are specifically talking about women. You're not even talking about people with vaginas, you're talking about women in general, so just use the word women. If you are a heterosexual man and you are talking about the people that you are attracted to, say women, because that's what you mean. Here is an imaginary text conversation between a normal guy and an incel. So the conversation with the normal guy goes, Hi. How was your day? Went on a walk. The weather is beautiful. It's supposed to be really sunny tomorrow too. Want to go on a date? Yes. That is a conversation with a normal guy, which, yes, correct. Conversation with an incel. Hello, femoid. I'm glad you added me. Personally, I think I absolutely look smog normal guy. I don't know why you like him. Maybe it's because he's smog maxed and totally smeefmogs me. You guys are totally look smashed. In my opinion. Haha. You're lucky I find a 3 out of 10 like you cute. Want to see my dick? And then I'm imagining that's a dick pic that was sent, which... That's literally, that's pretty accurate. And then they complain like, why don't women like me? Why won't they ever reply to me? They always leave me on red. They are always so rude to me. They don't want to date me. It's like, because you came in and firstly, you started the conversation with femoid. And then you just like insult people. You just start insulting them and then are like, why don't you like me? Maybe. Take a lesson from normal guy and just be like, how was your day? Oh, you went for a walk? I like walking. Care to join me? Like, it's not hard. You make it so much harder than it should be. Women are people. The second you start realizing that they're people and looking at us like we are people, the second it gets easier. It gets easier. Once you realize we're people and you can just treat us like people, it gets easier because, you know, women like to be treated like people. So that's your advice. Feminism has gone too far. White men now live in a cage of oppression, with a little graphic of a white boy in a cage behind bars. And then it pans out to incel, are you okay? And it's just a child like holding like door of a cage in front of his face. This is just an extremely accurate meme that I find absolutely hilarious because this is so funny and so true. They really do love to make themselves the victim for literally no reason. I promise you, you are not the victim. You're making it up. You make your own life difficult and then blame women. It's not our fault, dude. This is another little cartoony one. Voids don't deserve rights. They're only good for their vag plus womb. And then a bunch of girls saying, dude, what the fuck? And then it's him crying, saying, they hate me because I'm short and ugly. They hate me because I have nerdy hobbies. They hate me because I'm kind and chivalrous. They hate me because they're too soy. Because, again, just another extremely accurate meme that I find so funny. They never self-reflect. They never listen to themselves talk. They never look at their actions. They just blame women for everything without ever considering themselves as, like, a problem. I don't understand how you can live like that. I don't understand how you can just like blame the world for all of your problems. Blame women for all of your problems. Like, surely you've realized that the common denominator between you and every interaction you've ever had with a woman is you. Because all the women are different. I know you like to think we're all the same, but every single woman is different. And if the interaction has ended the same way every time, the only common denominator is you. I don't know how you think hating women is going to get women to like you. It's not going to work. I promise they don't hate you because you're short and ugly and you have nerdy hobbies. They hate you because you're a misogynist and they don't want anything to do with you. So sort your personality out first, and then maybe it'll work out better for you. Along those exact same lines, there is an incel thinking, everyone hates me because I'm ugly. And then a woman coming up to him and saying, hey, in like a flirty way. And so he yells at her, shut the fuck up, femoid whore, fuck you, slut. Like, this is what I mean, because this does fucking happen. They do the whole thing of they're like, I'm just rejecting them before they can reject me because I know they're gonna reject me in the end. But it's like, no, you're just looking for more reasons to hate women so you can go on in your life being miserable and upset and having someone else to blame because you refuse to take responsibility for your own shit. You are doing this to yourself, my guy. Just approach women like they're people, treat us like people, and I'm sure it'll go way better for you. It's stupid when girls say they can't find a guy, yet they ignore me. It's like saying you're hungry when there's a hot dog on the ground outside. I really like this comparison. This is hilarious. I love it. 10 out of 10. Yeah, exactly. I have standards, right? I'm not going to eat a hot dog off the ground, so I'm not going to go out with some gross misogynistic guy. It's very simple maths. And also, hunger and the desire to have a partner are not even remotely comparable. Like, I kind of need to eat to live. I kind of need food. I don't need a partner. I especially don't need a boyfriend because I am queer and I will also have a girlfriend or just a partner. Doesn't need to be a man. So I'm never going to say I need a man. It's not something I ever need. Nothing anyone ever needs. Food, however, yeah. But like, I can be extra picky about which men I spend time with. And it's not you if you're going to be a misogynistic asshole and an incel. This is a Venn diagram of gender benefits of being in a relationship. Men have just question marks. Both have sex, emotional support, and status. And women has free dinners, his money, doors held for you, male servants, attention on you, you're never wrong, treated like a princess, protection, free gifts. And at the bottom it says, as you can see, there is nothing in a relationship that exclusively benefits men. This is the most insanely bullshit Venn diagram I have ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god. Firstly, you should not be looking at a relationship like this. This is not the way to view a relationship. A relationship should be equal between both people. You should be buying each other gifts, getting each other gifts, taking each other out for dinner, or whatever arrangement you have. Like maybe one person earns all the money and then obviously it's going to be different. It kind of depends on the vibe and your discussion and what you end up at. But like, you should be doing things for each other. You should be loving each other. There should be a team thing. There should be compromise. There should be love and wish to care for one another. You are both gaining equal amount of things out of this relationship, or at least you should be. If you are giving your all to someone and they're not giving anything back, that relationship isn't for you. Like if this is a Venn diagram out of a relationship that you have had in the past, that is because the person you were with, the woman you were with, was not a very good partner. And I'm sorry that you gave her everything and she gave you very little, but that is not the standard for a relationship. That's not how it usually goes. That's not how it has to be. I also doubt that you were basing this off of a real life interaction and you just want a reason to hate women. But I promise you this is not a healthy relationship. This is not the standard for a relationship. And also, if you want to sit here and say that there is nothing that exclusively benefits men and women always get anything, have you seen how many men, yourself included, because this is like an incel mentality, just sit there and expect their partners to like look after them, cook for them, clean for them, have children, look after the children, have dinner ready for when he gets home from work, blah, blah. You get all of that. You get the servant. She doesn't get a manservant. You get the servant. Like, that's what you're asking for. That's like a large amount of incel culture is just like wanting a woman to just like be their mother effectively. So like, don't sit here and bullshit me. Don't sit here and bullshit me. You can buy her dinner, sure, but she's gonna cook every single meal or you're gonna yell at her because you're a bad person. It should be equal for everyone involved, all right? I'm gonna end on this one last one. It's another fun meme because I just really like it. Sure, buddy, feminism is the reason you can't get laid. I just love the design of this meme. I love everything about it. I love word art memes with just random images. It's brilliant. I love it. 10 out of 10. And it's just true. Just blaming feminism on not being able to get laid or have a girlfriend. I promise you feminism isn't the problem. I promise that you have never been liked and you wouldn't have been liked 50 years ago either, 100 years ago, etc. You wouldn't have been liked then either. I promise you. The problem is you and your personality, not modern day feminism. Treat women like people. It's not a difficult concept. Feminism isn't the problem. You are. Anyway, this has been my video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I always forget to say, don't forget to like, leave a comment. A massive thank you to my Sprout and Above patrons whose names are up on the screen right now. And a huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons, Wolf, Toulouse, Bobby, Josh, Mandy, Robbie, Ikazel, Jessica, Eldo, Ida, Queer Corey, Corey Go Lightly, Cosmic Octopus, Danielle, McKenna Anna, and Raven. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/savvycat or click the top link in the description. For as little as £1 a month, you get videos a day early, as well as podcasts a week early. And for £3 and up, you get things such as outtakes, vlogs, live streams, and more. So yeah, thank you for all your support. I appreciate it hugely. I know I already said that, but I said it again. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah.